Did you achieve what you wanted this year?
Or does it feel like the year just disappeared and nothing really changed?
Today, we're going to talk about your year. Not in a boring way, in a way that helps you practice real English conversation.
And by the end, you'll know exactly what questions to ask yourself and others when talking about the past year.
This is the kind of English you actually use in real life.
So stay with us. Let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Easy Listen English. I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Thank you so much for being here today.
We're really happy you chose to spend this time with us. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a place where we help you improve your English in a simple, clear, and practical way.
Today's episode is special because we're going to practice speaking about something everyone can relate to. Your year. How it went, what you learned, what you want to change.
Perfect. So let's start.
Why talking about your year matters.
David, why is it important to talk about your year?
Great question. First, because this is real conversation. In English-speaking countries, especially around December and January, people constantly ask, "How was your year?" Or, "What did you do this year?"
So this is practical English we actually use.
Exactly. Second, talking about your year helps you practice past tense naturally. You're not studying grammar in a textbook. You're using it for a real purpose.
That makes it stick in your memory better.
Much better. And third, reflecting on your year is good for you personally. It helps you understand what worked, what didn't, and what to do differently next year.
So we're combining English practice with self-reflection.
Precisely. Let's start with some simple questions you can ask yourself or others.
What's the first question people usually ask?
The most common one is very simple. How was your year?
That's easy to remember.
It is. But here's the thing. Most English learners answer with just one word, good, or fine, or okay.
And that ends the conversation.
Exactly. So let me teach you how to give a better, more natural answer. Here's an example. My year was pretty good overall. I had some challenges, but I also learned a lot.
That's much better. You're giving more information, but still keeping it simple.
Right. You don't need complex grammar. You just need to add a little detail. Another example. It was a mixed year for me. Some things went well, but other things were difficult.
I like that. A mixed year. That sounds natural.
Very natural. Now what's the next question?
How about, what was your biggest challenge this year?
Good one. Here's an answer. My biggest challenge was staying consistent with my goals. I started strong in January, but by March, I lost motivation.
That's honest and relatable. Many people feel the same way.
Absolutely. And being honest makes your English sound more natural. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just sharing your real experience.
Let's focus on positive moments. How do you talk about things that went well?
Start with a simple phrase like, "One thing I'm really happy about is that I made new friends this year," or "Something that went well for me was my English learning."
Can you give an example?
Sure. "One thing I'm really happy about is that I made new friends this year. It wasn't easy, but I pushed myself to be more social."
That's a complete, natural answer. You explained what happened and how you felt about it.
Exactly. Here's another example. Something that went well for me was my English learning. I practiced almost every day and now I can understand much more.
I notice you're using past simple tense most of the time.
Yes, because we're talking about completed actions in the past. I practiced, I made, I improved. These are all past simple.
But sometimes you use present perfect, like I have learned.
Good ear. Yes. When the past action still affects the present, we use present perfect. For example, I have improved my English this year, and now I feel more confident.
The improvement happened in the past, but the confidence is still now.
Exactly. But don't stress about this too much. In conversation, past simple works fine most of the time.
What if someone asks, "What did you learn this year?"
This is a beautiful question because it turns difficulties into wisdom. Here's how to answer. I learned that consistency is more important than intensity. I used to study English for 3 hours once a week, but daily practice works much better.
So you're sharing a specific lesson you learned.
Right. Another example, I learned that asking for help is not weakness. When I didn't understand something, I used to stay quiet. Now I asked questions and I learned faster.
These answers are powerful because they're personal and real.
That's what makes conversation interesting. Not perfect grammar, but real thoughts and experiences.
What about talking about things you regret or wish you had done differently?
You can say, if I could do one thing differently, I would have started learning English earlier in the year. Or, looking back, I wish I had been more patient with myself.
Those are natural ways to express regret without being too formal.
Exactly. The phrases, if I could do one thing differently, and looking back, I wish, are very useful.
Now let's talk about the future. How do you discuss your plans or hopes for next year?
Use simple future structures. For example, next year I want to focus on speaking more English. I'm going to find a conversation partner and practice twice a week.
You used I want to and I'm going to. What's the difference?
I want to expresses your desire or goal. I'm going to shows you have a specific plan or intention. Both are correct, but I'm going to sounds more committed.
Can you give more examples?
Sure. Next year, I'm going to read one English book every month. That's a clear plan. Or, I want to become more confident in speaking. That's your goal.
What about I will?
I will works too, but it sounds a bit more formal or like a sudden decision. I will improve my English. It's fine, but I'm going to improve my English sounds more planned and natural in conversation.
Got it. So for talking about future plans, I'm going to is usually best.
For plans, yes. For predictions or promises, will works better. Like, I think next year will be better, or I promise I will practice every day.
Let's imagine a complete conversation. David, I'll ask you about your year, and you answer naturally. Ready?
Ready.
So David, how was your year overall?
You know, it was actually a pretty good year. I had some ups and downs, but I learned a lot about myself.
That's great. What's something you're proud of?
I'm really proud that I stayed consistent with teaching English. Even on difficult days, I showed up and helped my students. That felt meaningful.
Amazing. And was there anything challenging?
Definitely. My biggest challenge was balancing work and personal time. I was working too much and not resting enough, but I'm learning to set better boundaries.
Good for you. So what's your goal for next year?
Next year, I'm going to prioritize my health more. I want to exercise regularly and sleep better. I think that'll help me be more energetic and creative.
I love that. See how natural that conversation was?
And notice, I didn't use complicated grammar, just simple, clear sentences with real thoughts.
Before we finish, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when discussing their year.
Good idea. Mistake number 1, mixing up tenses. For example, saying, this year, I improve my English, instead of, this year, I improved my English.
Because the year's almost finished, so we use past tense.
Correct. Mistake number 2, being too vague. Saying, I did many things, doesn't give the listener anything interesting to respond to.
Instead, give 1 or 2 specific examples.
Right. Mistake number 3, translating directly from your language. Every language talks about time differently. Trust simple English structures instead of translating word for word.
What's a good way to practice?
Write down your answers to these questions. How was my year? What did I achieve? What did I learn? What do I want next year?
Write them in English, even if they're not perfect.
Exactly. Then say them out loud. Record yourself if possible. Listen and improve.
Let's give our listeners some ready-to-use phrases they can practice.
Perfect. Here are some conversation starters. Number 1, how was your year? This is the most basic and most common.
Number 2, what was the highlight of your year? Highlight means the best moment or achievement.
Number 3, did you face any big challenges this year?
Number 4, what's something new you tried this year?
Number 5, what are you hoping for next year?
And here are some response starters. Overall, I'd say, this is a great way to begin your answer.
One thing I'm really proud of is, this highlights a success.
To be honest, use this when you're sharing something real or difficult.
Looking back, I realize this shows reflection.
Next year, I'm planning to... This talks about future intentions.
Write these down, practice them, use them in real conversations.
David, let's make this personal for our listeners. How can they talk specifically about their English learning year?
Great question. Here are English learning specific questions. How much did your English improve this year?
Answer example. My English improved a lot this year. I can now understand podcasts without subtitles.
What was your biggest English learning challenge?
Answer. My biggest challenge was pronunciation. Some sounds are still difficult, but I'm getting better.
What English goal do you have for next year?
Answer. Next year, I want to speak more confidently. I'm going to practice speaking every day, even if it's just talking to myself.
These questions help you reflect on your English journey specifically.
And reflection helps you understand what's working and what needs to change.
We're almost at the end. David, what's your final message for our listeners?
My message is simple. Every year is a chance to grow. Not to be perfect, but to grow. If your English is better today than it was last year, that's success.
Even small progress counts.
Absolutely. Don't compare yourself to native speakers. Compare yourself to who you were 6 months ago. Are you understanding more, speaking more, trying more?
If yes, you're on the right path.
And remember, conversation is not about perfect grammar. It's about sharing your thoughts, connecting with people, and being understood.
So practice these questions. Use them with friends, family, or even yourself.
Talk about your year in English. Write about it. Think about it. This is how language becomes real.
Okay, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Let's quickly review what we covered.
We talked about why discussing your year matters for English practice.
We learned useful questions like, how was your year? And what did you achieve?
We practiced how to talk about successes, challenges, and lessons learned.
We discussed future goals using I'm going to and I want to.
And we gave you practical phrases you can start using today.
So, here's your homework. Answer these 3 questions in English. What was the best thing that happened to you this year? What was your biggest challenge? And what do you want to do differently next year?
Write your answers, say them out loud, practice.
And if you want to share your answers, leave a comment below. We read every single comment and we love hearing from you.
Before we go, if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us continue making content for you.
Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode.
We release new videos every week with practical English lessons just like this one.
And if you know someone who's learning English, share this video with them. Learning together is more fun.
Thank you so much for listening today. We appreciate you being here.
Keep practicing, keep growing, and remember, your English journey is your journey. Go at your own pace.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, take care and keep speaking English.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.